Congratulations, Finkley, for your win as the South Carolina Black Pages 20 under 40.
I just want to say I love you and I appreciate everything you do.
We are empowered to win.
Kelly Simmons III gives us tools for empowerment.
Now pivot, with the pandemic. How is
all coming up next on the Michael Finkley Show.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Michael Finkley Show. I'm Michael Finkley. Today is Monday, November 9th, 2020. Y'all, so much has happened. But we're going to get into it, I promise. Yeah, okay, great. So, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel on the Michael Finkley Show and ring that bell for notification. We'll see an email saying, hey, new content's uploaded. Thank you so much to our viewers, our future viewers, our subscribers, our future subscribers. We are the Michael Finkley Show. We're here to inform, educate, and inspire you. And we're bringing you shows that you need to hear and that you want to hear as well. So yeah, I'm wearing my awesome HBCU One shirt. Awesome organization for current HBCU students to awesome opportunities for professional growth and within career readiness. So please visit their website at hbcufirst.com. You won't be disappointed. So, a lot has happened over the weekend. We have a brand new president-elect, President-elect Joe Biden Jr., and then also our Vice President-elect Harris. Congratulations to you. Now, I've seen so many different things on social media that so much is happening, yay and nays on both ends. Just like any election, right? So this is all I want to say about this. If your candidate did not win this time around, you can't do anything about it. We can only wait 4 years and do something else. We can vote, okay? We can prepare for the next 4 years now, okay? So all this stuff that's happening and talking negatively and all this other kind of good stuff, it's just talk. You can't do anything. You cannot do anything, okay? So just prepare yourself for the next 4 years, all right? That's life. Deal with it. Deal with it, okay? Okay, that's all I wanted to say. But again, congratulations. And 4 years, right? We're ready for these 4 years and what they hold. Going to be interesting. Going to be a ride. Okay. So on today's show, we have Mr. Kelly Simmons III. And on this show, to me, he is a great friend. He is a person that I work with in various arenas, and also just collaborating together on various things. So again, this is another interview that you will not want to miss. He has a lot to say. He has a lot going on. He has a lot of cool resources and tools for you to be successful in your own right. So it's an interview you don't want to miss. We'll be right back.
How many people know it's already done? Hallelujah. Clap your hands, everybody. It's done. Yeah. What I shall be, I already am. It's done. Hallelujah. Oh, yes, it is. God has worked it out on my behalf.
Next, we have Kelly Simmons III. We'll be right back. On the next Michael Finkley, Wednesday.
Superstars on the rise.
American Idol contestant and two-time Grammy-nominated songwriter Chip Days is with us. Celebrity stylist Randy McKnight. And he spoke with Oprah and Jamie. Now he's speaking with us. Kenyatta Grimmage is with us. It's a show you don't want to miss. Join us on the next Michael Finkley.
Looking for a mentoring program for your young male between the age of 6 and 18 in Columbia, South Carolina? Well, look no further. Big Homie, Little Homie Mentoring Program is the program for you.
Under the leadership of Mr. Jamal Stroud, Big Homie, Little Homie is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that caters and mentors at-risk youth that come from single-parent homes. The organization caters to young males between the ages of 6 and 18 within the greater Columbia area. The organization is devoted to shaping and molding their life into great men of society. Big Homie Little Homie organizes male gatherings, discussions, and even educational assistance devoted to guiding and leading them into a positive light. Making a positive attitude will help in transforming a life regardless of what is experienced in life. For more information on Big Homie Little Homie Mentoring Program, visit our social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. As you all know, I love to talk, and I love to talk to awesome, incredible, cool people that are making a difference in their community. And we have another person here with us today. Y'all, he is a mentor, he is a father, he's a husband. And you know, Kelly, the list continues. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Kelly Simmons III. Kelly.
Hey, Michael, Mr. Finkley. Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
I am super well. How are you?
Good. Doing great, man. Doing great, man. By the grace of God, man, we're doing wonderful.
That's it. That's
yes,
it.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In spite of
That's
what's
right.
going on, we're still doing great.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Thank you for having me, man. Mr. You know, SC Black Pages, right? 20 under 40. Congratulations. Oh yeah. I've been doing my research, sir. Congratulations to you.
Oh wow. Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's an honor. It really is an honor.
Yes, sir. Well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you so
yes,
much.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And Kelly, I've been following you. We've been knowing each other for a while now. I've been following you on your social media platforms, and you're doing some incredible things, as in just giving back and preparing people for their next step in life. You're giving them awesome tips about life as well as you continue. So incredible, just incredible. But did you always know that your voice mattered?
I will say this. I was very shy coming up. Of course, those that know me, you know, I grew up, dad was a pastor, right? Baptist preacher. And again, where I learned that I had a voice was in church. I was forced, you know, those Easter speeches, getting up and presenting before the people. And you know, again, you may have felt like you did, you know, terrible, but, you know, you had the elderly and the old folks, oh, honey, you did such a great job. And, you know, to build that confidence and self-esteem. And so, you know, that was a platform for us. That was personal development, leadership development right there. And so, you know, at that age, you know, I learned that I had a voice. But again, you know, when life happens, and you can get off path, get off track. And for whatever reason, you know, with me, you know, I'm really strong about my faith. You know, it seemed like God would always send people my way and say, hey, man, what you said, you know, it really impacted my life. And that really didn't come into fruition until I started working in education as a career coach. And, you know, my executive director at the time used to call me the hype man. And, you know, you know, so my dean, our dean, which is a principal, because I worked in the charter school.
Okay.
And she used to say, she used to say, it's Kelly Simmons, y'all. And so she would, you know, open it up for me. And for whatever reason, I saw lives just being impacted through working with students. And then too, like I said, going into church and developing and growing as a leader, as an elder and minister, man, you start making impact in people's lives and say, you know what, I do. God has given me something to share with the world. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And has it all been easy for you?
Absolutely not.
Talk about that journey.
Absolutely not. You know, again, grew up in a wonderful home, loving parents, but I'll say this, I'm 46 years old and,
don't look it.
You know, oh man, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, man, it's in the water, but, I grew up, man, and again, you know, life was good around the home, and it wasn't until, man, you know, 46 years old, my past birthday, I got really a full understanding of, you know, just coming into this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I knew that I had complications breathing, but I didn't know to what extent. And my dad, man, he's 84 years old, Kelly Simmons, Jr. And he said, son, when you were born, you were not breathing, right? You were drowning. And so I have 4 sisters. I'm the baby. My mom had a C-section. So when they had me, and of course they took me straight and put me right into the incubator. And they told my parents that I had 8 hours to live, right? And they said, if he can make it 8 hours, he's gonna make it. And of course, my parents being people of faith, they prayed all night long, and now you see me. And so I say that, you know, to answer your question, start out, is that, you know, I came out of the womb fighting, right? And my name means warrior, right? And so I did not know that, you know, that was going to be a part of my life, that I would go through, you know, challenges. And so, you know, to get to even just where I am, it has been a fight, you know. Of course, went to college, you know, did some great things there. First from my family to graduate from college, went into the workforce, still really having some identity issues. And, you know, of course, got married right out of college, had a baby out of wedlock. I'm just being honest and transparent again. And so I had to work through that. I didn't want my son to grow up, you know, without his dad, and was just kind of having some challenges, and went through a divorce. You know, I don't think people get married, and you know, I wanted to make it work. And again, there's always 2 sides to every story, but it didn't work out. And of course, man, going through that, hit rock bottom, was homeless for a while. And again, man, I just still had something in me to say, you know what, this is not the end. This is a part of the beginning to something new. And so, man, got married again, kind of giving you Reader's Digest version of my life and the struggle. Blended family, you know, my wife now, she had 2 sons, I had a son. And so we had to blend families. And so that was a challenge. And all the while, you know, trying to bring your best game and your A game to work, but you still feel this thing pulling on you to say, hey, man, it's more to this than just working a 9-to-5 job. It's more to this than even just doing ministry. And I've just felt God had a great calling on my life, and I've never shared this before publicly, so I get to share it on the Finkley show. But I remember having a dream, and man, I was speaking. I couldn't see. I was on a stage, and and the lights were in my face, and I was on a big platform, but I could see nobody's faces. I knew people were sitting out in the crowd, but there was fire coming out of my mouth. That kind of goes back to your question earlier about speaking. And that was God's way of really just saying, man, I've called you to be a voice, right? And to make a difference. And so my struggles, my challenges have been, I think, by virtue to help other people. It's not just for me, but it's to help other people and impact other lives.
Wow. We are encouraged by one another's testimonies. And yeah. I tell you, we don't go through the same thing, but we go through something. And it's That's supposed to make us stronger. We're supposed to learn from it. And it shows through what you're doing today that you are still yes, we all are. We're in the process of still learning, but we learn, right?
Absolutely.
We're improving. And that is what's supposed to happen. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. And so with what you've learned about yourself, how are you now able to assist others?
Yeah, great question. I think that before things manifest in terms of what you do, before it manifests in others' lives, it has to manifest in your life, right? First. And of course, with the mantra "Empowered to Win," our company Empowered to Win LLC, where we do, and I know we're going to talk about that a little bit more. So I'm probably ahead of the game here, but it is about empowerment, because I think that when you talk about winning, you must first know how to lose, right? You got to learn how to lose, right? Because it's inevitable that we will have challenges, that we will face obstacles, that everything won't always work out. The things that maybe people see now, in my life and on social media. I was in the oven, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, in the process, going home crying, not having a place to sleep, to call my own, and those types of things. And so I remember when I was praying one particular night, and I was like, God, why am I going through all of this stuff? It just seems like I can't get a win. And he says, no, you're going through it so that you can identify with my people. Right. And so when I talk about Empowered to Win, when we talk about working with students, we talk about working with parents, when we talk about just working with professionals, God has given me the opportunity to be able to reach people at different platforms. And that was the frustrating thing about it, because it's like, okay, you're doing professional development over here, you're doing mentoring over here, but it was like I never really went after those things. Those things just kind of came naturally to me. And that's why it's important for you to know your purpose, to know your assignment, why you have to go through those challenges, those stages in life where you fail a little bit, because that's where you're able to put your hand on the pulse of what you're called to do. So then when you're in your vein, when you're in your lane, there's no competition. Right. And so what I do, the things that I've learned to impact people, a lot of things that I say have just been life experiences, Michael. And so I just share that, how did I get through, dealing with depression, when you start talking about areas that are challenges, but then at the same time, even though I may have dealt with depression, I cannot use that and have a victimized mentality to keep me from my purpose and to keep me from doing what it is that I have to do. Yes, I'm tired, but you still have to show up to work early and leave late. And that gets into what we talk about, and because you're GCDF as well.
Yep.
Those essential life skills, right? Is to help you learn how to develop. I had a guy, a friend of mine that said, "Hey man, I can teach skill all day, but I can't teach will." Right? Yeah. So again, I can't give that to you. Anybody, any company, can teach you what you need to learn. The question is, are you going to show up? Are you going to do what it is that you have to do on top of, fighting through obstacles, through challenges, right? Through certain failures. And so again, that's what I feel that I'm called to that leader. I'm called to that individual, the diamond in the rough, not the one that's already shining, not the one that has, gotten everything together and they're perfect. I don't really, I'm not called to that individual. I'm really, especially as it relates to dealing with young people, it's the ones who know, again, they are leaders, but they don't know it.
Right.
They know it, but at the same time, they don't see themselves in that capacity. And so you kind of have to pull it out, just like I had people, mentors, and individuals that were in my life at strategic times in my life. It was like I always had, when I was going through the challenge, there was always someone there, to kind of hold my hand or to develop me. And, when and I'll be honest, that's why, I made a video here not too long ago and talking about your team and the importance of family, and when I went through, man, I had to put myself around my family, people who loved me, to help build me up, to get me where I'm at today.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it, because those ones who love us, that are,
Yes.
that understand us. We can help them, and they can help us. We can pull them up, and they can pull us up as well when we need to. But when we come
Absolutely.
back, Kelly, we're going to talk about Empowered to Learn, and also we're going to talk about KS3 Homestead. Don't you go away.
Sure.
We'll be right back.
Coming up, Kelly talks more with us about his businesses. We'll be right back. The Finkley Experience is an education and consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. We assist parents and their students with the college process. We train school administrators, and we also partner with colleges and universities to assist with their first-generation population. To learn more about our consulting firm and to purchase our book and workbook, please visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com. Hi there, it's Finkley. Do you want to become the next guest on the Michael Finkley Show? Do you have an incredible story to inform, educate, and inspire others? Well, you can. Email us at michael@thefinkleyexperience.com and follow us on our social media platforms. See you soon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. We are still chatting with Kelly Simmons the third, everybody. And I want to know more about Empowered to Learn. What does that entail, Kelly?
Empowered to win.
I'm
Empowered
sorry,
to win.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
It's right there behind you, too.
Okay. It's all right. But you hit it out the park. It's about learning.
Yeah.
It is about development. Empowered to Win is our mantra, it's our business, Empowered to Win LLC, where we provide career readiness, leadership development for students and professionals. Mm-hmm. And so it's likened to being a career coach in a high school setting, middle school setting. Of course, I know, Mr. Finkley, as I said before, you're a global career development facilitator, and I use that big, long title. And I said, it's a career coach. You get to work with individuals and help them pursue their career goals and dreams. And so, as a consultant, that's what I get to do. We have curriculums that we provide for students, and that's really the target market in the area that we work with, students from 13 to 20 years of age, that high school, middle school, high school, college age students, and primarily we're working with a lot of high school students right now that have been on different paths, and they're working on their GED. Okay. Students that, students that are DJJ, we're working with them right now. And so they're going through our Empowered to Win career success course. Mm-hmm. And so we talk about discovering who I am, dealing with identity challenges that they're facing, focusing on their strengths, and how to establish and build a value system so that, what's in their heart, not what somebody told them. Well, I want to be an accountant. Well, why do you want to be an accountant? I don't know. It just sounds good. No, that's not good enough. Right. We need to find out, your passion and what's the pathway to be successful doing those things. And so whether they want to go into the military, whether they want to go to college, 2-year, 4-year, are ready to go into the workforce, Empowered to Win, our goal is to make sure that students are successful in that capacity.
I love this. And where are some of the places you've been? You mentioned DJJ. You having those? Any type of other entities you've been working with under this umbrella?
Oh yes, yes. We've worked. Well, the interesting thing about it is from a career development standpoint, we've been working with schools. I've been working with schools for a number of years. Mm-hmm. Richland School District 1. We've done some work in Richland School District 2. DJJ, as I just mentioned, Willow Gray Opportunity School. Love working with those students. And we actually have, we're on track to start looking at some other agencies across the state of South Carolina to work with. In Richland too, we've worked with Hayward Career Center, Hayward Career and Technology Center. Yeah, that's where it started for me. Mm-hmm. Everything that I'm doing with Empowered to Win I was able to exercise and learn and practice working at a charter high school, Richland One Middle College. And I was a career coach there for 7.5 years. Mm-hmm. And that's really where, because my background, of course, I was in the military. You know, after college, I was an Army officer, did that for a little while, got hurt. So I'm a disabled vet, but then went into corporate America, was in corporate sales. And so did that, you name it. I was a pharmaceutical rep. I've done insurance sales, you name it, I've sold it, worked in banking. And so I have a pretty extensive background. And so, you know, with that, it really gave me an advantage because I was really able to talk to students. And in terms of how do you prepare to go in these particular fields, you know, going into college and all those different types of things has brought me to this point. So we're now blessed to have, you know, our own company that provides those things.
Wow. And I know a lot of persons that branch off and do their own thing. Is this something that you do full time?
Yes. Thank God we're full time. And it's been a long time coming, you know. Again, I just, how it happened though, Michael, is by serving. People don't know that I did it for free for about 4 years while I was working. I just went to schools and I just showed up, you know, and and then we got noticed with the work that we were doing. Notice I said we, because we were talking about the importance of having a team, and my wife, whose name is Kelly as well, is my number one. But in 3 years, we went from, and I'm just saying about the goodness of staying on course and staying on track and being what God has called you to do and be. We went from 0 to 100,000 in 3 years. Yeah. It's
amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And we're on course to double that this year.
Even during a pandemic, y'all, listen to this. Even during a pandemic.
Don't let the pandemic distract you from what you've been called to do. You know, you got to pivot, right? You got to pivot, and you got to keep, you know, I was telling a young man today that worked for us, you got to keep swinging that axe. Eventually that tree will fall. Yeah. You know?
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, that is amazing. And you mentioned pivoting. And so now let's talk about KS3 Homestead. Can you tell the world what this is all about? Because this is interesting.
The KS3 Homestead came to life this year during the pandemic. Well, I say it came. Yeah, it has been in the works for the past, I say 11 years, because my wife and I, the KS3 Homestead, of course, KS3 stands for Kelly Simmons and Kelly Simmons III. It's me and my wife. Right. And
that's just amazing in itself.
Yeah. The KS3 Homestead is where we live. We're country folks, and you know, we love camping, we love the great outdoors, but we wanted to be able to utilize our land to bless people. And so my wife, and having kids, you know, come out and do great things. And so it seemed like everybody that came to our property, and they always wanted to hang outside. You know, bonfires and all that great stuff. And so when the pandemic hit, you know, we were doing really well with working with our schools and working with students. And, you know, then when the pandemic hit, we're no longer in schools. So, you know, income, you know, came to a halt. And so my wife had been on me about doing a garden for her. I said, girl, I grew up gardening, you know, country boy, picking, shucking corn and all this. I'm not doing, I grew up doing that stuff. Listen, I have arrived, woman, you know.
I ain't gonna go back into Egypt.
But ended up, right. So I ended up doing a garden for her and for Mother's Day. And next thing you know, one thing led to another. And with the pandemic, we started saying, you know what? We love smoothies. We love eating healthy. We said, we're going to start growing our own fruits and vegetables. Next thing you know, it went into livestock. We started getting chickens, and Now we're up to about 20 something chickens, you know, on our homestead. Yeah, we have chickens, and so we're raising chickens on our property, and we got some plans to have some other animals there. But we're able to, as we started, you know, kind of developing our homestead, and we got a nature trail. We sit on about 15 acres. And so we had a nature trail and all this stuff. And next thing you know, we had parents and kids showing up. And one particular parent, her son had, he had a learning disability, had some challenges there. And man, just, he had an awesome time. And we just saw the smile on his face. And we had some homeschoolers coming. Next thing you know, the parents in the homeschooling, they started sharing, hey, you guys got to come out and check out this homestead place. And so I started doing videos and talking about the homestead experience because nobody was going on. But I said, you know what, let me just, because I'm camera shy, believe it or not, even though I can run my mouth and I can talk, I was really camera shy.
Kelly.
Like, believe it or not. And so that has helped evolve, you know, kind of my desire to share information and to share my voice. And so, yeah, the KS3 Homestead is where we live, and we bring out, we have, matter of fact, today, we had the KS3 Junior Homesteaders, and they come out once a month, and we teach them about nature. They learned about snakes today, and a lot of different things. So it's our way of giving back through our nonprofit, Empowered to Win Global, which my wife is the executive director over. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Kelly, what's next? What's next for Kelly Simmons third?
We're riding the wave right now. You know, we're working on my book. Working on, yes, I think it's time. So working on the book. We're, you know, I don't want this to be, and when I say this, you know, the business, Empowered to Win, to be about me. You know, our goal right now is really developing systems where we can bring others on board, because I want it to live beyond me. Right. And my thing is that the only guarantee of success is when you, you know, seek God's way. And so I know that this is not just about me. This is about empowering other people and really putting money in people's pockets, man. And I hate that as maybe as raw as that sound, you know, we talk about empowerment. I talk about empowerment. I talk about all these different types of things, you know, towards students and professionals. But if we haven't put ourselves and positioned ourselves to give people jobs, you know, to really empower people's lives, I'm not going to say that, because everybody has their thing that they're called to, but I feel like that's a part of what I'm called to. Now it's about being the leader who not only who lives what he preaches, you know. And so the next thing is definitely developing, growing a team, bringing people on to kind of help carry the mission. And continue, man, to love God and serve my family, man, because ministry starts at home first.
Exactly. And you know, that's so true. That's definitely so true.
Yeah,
definitely. And so, Kelly, during this time, you know, crazy time, right? Crazy time, but a time that we can reflect and we can just sit back and, you know, count our blessings. What encouraging words would you say to the viewers watching?
I would say, you know, again, looking at what you have, you know, family, those that are around you. I think now is more than ever. I know everybody has, you know, maybe different beliefs, and, you know, I will say as a believer, my time has been, you know, spending more time with God, getting clarity of what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, you know, in this particular season. I really think that, you know, I know it's a lot going on. We just came through the elections. You know, you're dealing with, you know, still issues with the pandemic, but we can't allow those things to distract us from what's most important. You know, our relationship with God, our relationship with our family, taking care of ourselves, taking care of our bodies, at this time, and really looking at how we were talking about pivoting earlier, but how to now pivot, with the pandemic.
Yeah.
How is it that what I'm called to do, what does it look like now? Because there's I don't believe we're going back to whatever the norm was. There's it's going to be new. Whoever thought that I would be doing, we're doing virtual professional development now. Companies are not returning back to buildings. You got vacant buildings, churches, are vacant. And I believe that it's causing all of us to self-assess and to become aware of who we are and where we are. So I think that, the encouragement is really tackling some of those areas that may be a challenge to you. Do them. You only have one life to live, right? And we can't make excuses. This is the time where we can dig deep and to bring those gifts, those passions, those things that maybe we had just put on the back shelf and on the back burner, to bring those things to the forefront, because you just never know how you're going to impact somebody's life until you try.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so getting over the fear and tackling the victory, that's it. That even if you tried and you're only able to impact one person, that's victory in that. And just like with what you're doing, sir, this is so great and it's so needed in this season and in this time. And it's therapy, whether the individuals that come on the show and admit that, I'll say it, because again, I know where I was and I know where I am now. But I'm not selling where I am, but it gives me the opportunity to reflect, right, of just how good God has been to me, and the responsibility that we have to help somebody else.
Yeah, definitely.
So I appreciate your work, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yours too. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Oh, so how can they find you on social media?
Yes, at KS3 Empowers. KS3 Empowers, check us out there. Of course, Empowered to Win. We're working on our website, ks3empowers.com. So that's going to be coming, where we'll have all of our resources there. But yes, on all social media platforms, KS3 Empowers. All right, you heard it here, and your information is in the description below. Kelly Simmons III, thank you so much for being on today. We really appreciate you. Thank you, Michael. Mr. Finkley, it's awesome, man. Keep doing the work and keep blazing the trails. You're a pioneer, sir. So these are pioneer moves. And so I'm just so proud and so glad of what you're doing for our community and for others. Yes, sir.
On the next Michael Finkley, Friday, we have film writer Stacey Davis with us as we talk about her brand new movie, Christmas in Carolina. And we also have Mike Williams with us as he talks about his phenomenal business, Breakthrough Kings. Don't you dare miss the next Michael Finkley.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. So you know the question I'm going to ask you, what did you learn? Leave comments below and let's have a conversation below. Thank you so much, Kelly, for being on today. We really appreciate you. You laid down some awesome jewels and foundations for us. And we wish you all the best in your career trainings and also your homestead efforts as well, and getting students involved and informed about the environment around them. Thank you so much, Kelly. Truly a blessing to have met you and interviewed today. Much more to come, my friend, much more. On the next Michael Finkley Superstar Wednesday, so we have Grammy nominated singer and writer Chip Days is with us. You may have remember him from American Idol, and he also appeared on the television show Half and Half. And then also too, we have Mr. Randy McKnight with us. He styles the celebrities, so we're going to talk to him about that. And then also, he spoke with Oprah. He spoke with Jamie Harris as they were going through the election process. We have Mr. Kenyatta Grimmage with us, and he talks to us about what he's doing to make a better community for all. Again, if you have not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Michael Finkley Show, and ring that bell for notification. And we'll see you an email saying, hey, new content is uploaded. If you'd love to be a guest on The Michael Finkley Show, please email us at michael@thefinkleyexperience.com. Thank you so much. And guess what? We'll see you Wednesday. Have a good one.